I'm going to be sharing with you today about patience and dreaming. I became the #1 agent in the Prudential, coming from 135th to #1 in 12 days. Are you ready? Are you sure? Let's go. If you didn't know me, you would think patience is a virtue I just don't have. If a new phone or laptop comes out today, I would have it tomorrow. I can only spend so much time searching for my lost headphones before I just go out and buy new ones. Is somebody doing a job for me? The first thing I want to know is, when will you have it done? Waiting is not my gift. But I have learned over the years that waiting and patience are two very different things. I don't like to wait, but I'm very patient. Knowing the difference between these two things can make or break your career. I've been married to my wife, Carol, for 57 years. I'm still crazy about her. She's the sugar in my coffee. No, she's the coffee in my coffee. Without her, I'm not worth much. She's the reason I wake up. She's the reason I work hard. She's the reason I'm good at what I do. I asked Carol to marry me the day I met her. We were at a house party when I saw her for the first time. I couldn't move. I was stuck in one of those moments that just hangs there. You don't know how, but you just know that something life-changing is going on. It wasn't what she looked like, even though I thought then and still think that she is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. It was just her, if it was just her looks that got my attention, though I would have quickly moved from hello to goodbye. I was painfully shy around pretty girls. I was mostly afraid of them. I was 20 years old, and the one person I could call a girlfriend at that point dumped me because I had managed to avoid kissing her, despite of many invitations. Carol was different. When I saw her, I didn't try to impress her as much as I tried to inform her of one thought that was beating a drum in my brain. I knew she was supposed to be mine, so I said, "Hi, my name is Solomon Hicks. You're going to be my wife." Carol didn't even waste a reaction on me. She just went back to what she was doing like I wasn't there. I stood there for a few seconds and realized that I was as convinced as she was unconvinced. I had to regroup. I needed a plan, and I needed more information than she was willing to give me. Her name, for instance. I went back to the party. I got her name, Carol Collins, in an introduction to her sister, Geneva. I told Geneva that I had met Carol and that she didn't like me. Geneva didn't seem surprised or bothered by that news. Suddenly I asked, "Do you like to cook?" I think she was worried that I was trying to get myself a free meal, because she quickly said no. She does not like to cook. "Well, do you like to eat?" I said. The next night, I showed up at the Collins sisters' door with a bag of groceries. I cooked and the three of us ate. Carol said nothing during the meal, but when Geneva left the table for something, I saw my chance. "How did food taste?" I asked. "Fine," she said. "Marry me and this could be yours for a lifetime." "No," was all she said. Fine and no. That's two more words I had gotten from her the night before. It was enough to get me to show up the next night and the next and the next. About 3 or 4 weeks in, Geneva told me I didn't have a shot with her sister. She told me Carol had a boyfriend. They'd been dating for a while and was practically engaged. "Okay, invite him to dinner," I said. And I kept coming, cooking for 4 now instead of 3. We all ate and had polite conversation to cover for the fact that I was competing for a prize another man had already claimed. One night, Carol got so tired of us waiting each other out, she left the two of us sitting in her living room and went to bed. Still, every night I showed up, I cooked, we ate. I sneaked in a proposal when nobody was looking. She turned me down every time. But she wasn't telling me to stay away. It was a good sign. This went on for 85 days. On day 86, she said yes. I left the same day, took the bus to Mississippi, asked her parents for her hand, and married her 90 days after meeting her. When I know what I want, there is nothing in my way. I don't like to wait. When I know what I want, there is something keeping me from it, an objection, uncertainties, a boyfriend. I don't give up unless I have to. Waiting is a willingness to put off until tomorrow what you can have today. Patience is refusing to give up on your desires, no matter how many tomorrows it takes to have them. Carol taught me not to be intimidated by no. When a client says no to you, ask why. Are they unsure of you or what you have to offer? Have you answered all their questions? Be willing to accept what their objection says about you. Be ready to regroup and offer to make adjustments if you're lucky enough to get another chance with them. Patience is always time well spent. It speaks to the value of whatever you're going after. Waiting is just the opposite. Waiting usually means there's something that matters more. Hitting the snooze button on your alarm clock means your sleep matters more to you than what the day has in store for you. Waiting for a prospect to call you back instead of calling again can mean your fear of rejection means more to you than they do. If success is good enough for you, you have to be good enough for it. 12 days before the end of a year, I was 135th in line for the President's Trophy. That's Prudential Prize for their #1 agent. My wife said it was my year to win it, and I believed her. But believing wasn't good enough. I got a lot of apps, made a lot of phone calls, and set a lot of appointments. I traveled to 22 cities in 11 days, talking and closing and talking some more. And on the last day of qualifying, I was #1. I didn't wait for that trophy to come to me, but I had to have the patience to go after it. The willingness to do what you have to get what you want is the only proof that your dream was worth dreaming in the first place. What are you dreaming about? What are you having patience with? Leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you.